Hello, my name is James Lovell. This is my video presentation for the Northwestern Michigan College's CIT110 class. This is for mission 3, which is the robot talent show mission. I'm going to start by going through my application and then going into the code. Without further ado, Finch control, welcome to the Finch robot. We will do stuff. So greeting message introducing the program. Press any key to continue. First, we connect to the robot. I should hear a beep. All right, so that works. Now, if this doesn't crash on me at this menu, we should be able to show off the other systems. I'm going to leave the talent show for last, just to show off the other methods that we went through. So data quarter, alarm system are both under development. So I did create and link those methods into the code without flushing them out at this point. I know that's for a future assignment. User program was not mentioned, so I didn't link it, but I am aware of it. Disconnect and quit I will demonstrate at the end of the video. For now, let's get into the talent show. Talent show. One of the requirements was to say the talent show is also under development, but here is the menu all the same. So we have light and sound. All right, then I have the robot shift through a bunch of different light patterns, which is why you're seeing all of the display continues on the screen. All right, next we have the dance. I'm going to hold it in my hand. You're going to hear the motor spinning around. Put your left wheel in, any key to continue. Take your left wheel out, any key to continue. Both wheels in, and shake it all about. And that's what the hokey pokey is all about. Dancing is fun, but it gets the robot dizzy. Pressing any key gets us back to the main menu. Mixing it up. All right, so launching that makes the robot play a little stanza of Funky Town, and it moves the motors and flashes the lights while doing so. Next, we ask the user to input a frequency as an integer value. If you put in a number, for instance, as in like 70 hertz, it asks you for a proper number. You ask for like negative 350. Oh, that's not properly validated. Let's launch that again real quick. So we have mixing it up. I was going to say entering a word prevents you from doing so, so it asks for a number as a frequency. It took a negative number, but frequencies are only audible in the 20 to 20,000-ish range. So let's put in 440, which is standard A4. A note plays. It asks, is that your note? You press any key to continue. It asks you yes or no. Was that your note? If I say hi, it says it's a yes or no. It asks for an answer. If I put in numbers, yes or no. So we're going to say yes. It's going to say huzzah, press any key to continue, and go back to the talent show menu. At this point, we're going to quit and disconnect the Finch robot. Now that that's disconnected, we're going to quit the program. It's going to thank the user for using the program, and we will leave. I'm going to go over a few points in the code itself. Let's zip to the top. So here's my comment block for the author information, program information. Our main loop is pretty short. We have a few methods that we call on. We set the theme with the dark blue and white. We display the welcome screen, and then it launches into the main menu screen for the main body of the code before giving it back to the closing menu screen. The main menu is where most of the code is at. The instructor coded most of this originally and gave it to us in our starter code, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time in it, other than to mention that I did create the methods for the talent show display, or the data recorder and the alarm system, because those were required in the checklist. Method E should be for the user programming, but that was not mentioned yet. Also display disconnect and all that. Going into the talent show, which was the main body of the user code, we have talent show menu, modules currently under development. But even with that being under development, we have a selection of choices and a switch case. Again, the switch case was built by the instructor, but we as students filled it out. So I created display light and sound, display dance, display mixing it up. I named my robot Bobbert. If you enter something else, it's already pre-validated for us. Getting into the light and sound portion, this was given to us as students. It makes the robot zip through a scale. Other than that, I have the LEDs flash. I flash the three main colors a few times manually, set it to 0. Then I have a for loop that makes it flash red 10 times. Then I have another for loop which steps up the brightness of, I believe, red and blue, because it outputs purple in 100 millisecond steps. And then when that gets to full, display continue prompt is given to the user before turning the LEDs off again. Also, I play a brief tone at the end. It just beeps as it's going to the display continue prompt. And it goes back to the menu. Going down, we have the talent show display dance. I make the robot do the hokey pokey. So left wheel back, both wheels in, and we make the robot move around the table. Only thing really of note is the line 285 here. I have it go strong on one wheel and weak on the other one backwards to make it spin in a circle. And I timed it out long enough to give the robot time to really spin. And that sets up a joke about the hokey pokey being all about dancing and shaking. Since the robot is shaken, it gives a little shake, kind of like a dog shaking off being wet. And it says dancing is fun, but it gets the robot dizzy. Display continue prompt to get the user back to the talent show menu. And the last one is mixing it up. Mixing it up, I had the robot play Funky Town, so I had it use note, motor, and note light combinations to play through the song. After that, I have a do while loop for the user frequency. Again, we demonstrated that that works with positive values. It proved that using this validation, we hedge against symbols and words, but not negative numbers. I'd have to ask the instructor later if there's a better way to prove that. I play whatever their note is for half a second and then turn it off. Then ask the user, was that your note? To capture an integer or a string value. Same system. So we have a, if user response is not yes and the user response is not no, it says yes or no. It asks the user for a yes or no, kind of brusquely, but anyway. If the user says yes, the program is happy. If the user says no, the program says, well, that's the note you gave me anyway. We're going to keep moving. Display continue prompt should go back to the talent show menu. Only other thing of note is briefly looking at the other methods that we created. We have something similar for all the in-work modules, display screen header, console write line, continue prompt. I created regions for all of the methods we had to create for this project. So there's one large region for the talent show, and there's one large region for the talent show and a couple of smaller ones, each for data recorder and alarm system. The Finch robot management and user interface are already in place. That really about sums up the code we have. Anyway, thank you for your time. This was James Lovell with Mission 3.